Daniel 8:25. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. Call halal Yahweh B'Shem Awashai B'Hashem Rakat Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers that do this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird among the heathens that look like the heathens. And to the Akwaf that are listening and learning, to you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago, coming at you with another lesson in truth. And what you're looking at is the Prepper Nation. You know, I've been watching this guy's videos for some time. I'm actually subscribed to his channel, and he goes in and breaks down some pretty important, heavy information. So, although I've never used the copyright disclaimer, because I don't believe he's monetized, but I'm going to read it anyway. The copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips and balance in the favor of fair use. All right, so he's going to go in on some information that he got from one of his subscribers, and was skeptical of whether it was true or not until he did research and found mainstream media covering the very same information, solidifying that it was indeed correct intel. So the intel that he received was actually right and correct. The name of the video is Prepping. The medical purge is coming soon. All right. And connected to that medical purge will more likely be the universal basic income, which is going to be connected to the digital income, which is going to require you to take an injection. All right. A couple injections. It's for that. You might have to take medical injections and then the injection so that you will be digitally connected. All right. We'll leave it at that. That can be, matter of fact, I'm just going to read it, and I'll just read it how we do to avoid the algorithms. But this is Revelation 13, and I'm going to start at verse 16. And it reads, and he calls of all small, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. I said the word. All right. To receive an mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right. Okay. And that no man might buy or sell save he have the charagma or the name of the BEAST or the number of his name. All right. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the BEAST, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. All right. So that you will become the property of that particular man, which is in the Bible known as the wicked, which is known as Esau, Edom. All right. Who has set himself up to be to sit in the seat of who the world ignorantly calls God and Christ. Okay. So without any further ado, I think I got it queued up. We're going to let them talk for about 3 or 4 minutes. I'm a little bit over the 4-minute mark, about 4 minutes and 8 seconds. I'm going to go to the 7-minute mark. So let's let them do his thing.
With a grain of salt. They messaged back. I did my own research as well. So this person, they are connected with Humana. Humana is a huge insurance company. They work with government contracts and things like this. They work with the military and all this. Kay, new member, thank you very much for that. Um, and this person, which I'm going to go over some quotes from their message here in a moment. They believe universal health care is on the way. The way it was worded to them, they believe this is the implementation of universal health care 100%. So, coming straight from the message, they start off with discretion, please. All right. So, if they're in the chat and if they want to raise their hand and say, hey, I said this, but otherwise I'm being discreet here. As of yesterday, so this would have been February the 23rd when they say yesterday, all employees of the private insurance side of Humana have been put on notice. Humana will no longer carry employer-based insurance plans within the next 18 months. All right, so within 18 months, if you have Humana through an employer, that's probably going to change. And if you work in the medical field and you work at a place that accepts private insurance via Humana, that's probably going away. They went on to say if you're in the dental field, you're probably safe from all of this. And, if you're in a field that takes Medicaid, you're probably safe from this to a degree. All right.
Now, let me add on to this, and this all makes sense to some other intel that came out, which has proven itself to be true, with this whole Humana thing, because, I watched a video that talked about a retail apocalypse on RTD. It was a video short. And you got to remember, we were in a retail apocalypse before the whole epidemic thing hit. As a matter of fact, I personally believe that, they did that to cover up the fact that we were in a very terrible down spiral, out of control retail apocalypse. Okay. And that a lot of these stores and restaurants and things that were closing, they were going to close anyway. The whole C-19 thing just sped the process up, and it sped up the already deteriorating middle class. It sped it all up because they wanted to get them all out of the way. And now this year, as I speak, they're closing 800 box stores. All right. If you don't know what a box store is, we're talking about like your Costco's, your Sam's Clubs, your Walmarts. And Walmart's, is where the lower, the lower class and the middle class, the lower middle class and the lower class go. Costco's and the Sam's Clubs are where the upper middle class and and other people go. Well, they're all shutting down, so a lot of those people have insurance, so it all kind of ties together and makes sense, right? So if they're getting rid of Humana, at the same time, all these box stores are shutting down, and it could be tens of thousands of jobs right there alone, from the workers to the stockers to the, to the human resources to the management and whatever. Then you also got to look at all the trains, derailments, and the shortages and goods and services that's going to be coming into these stores. I watched another video where a guy just showed Walmart, the food section was practically empty. All right, so it's a lot going on, and it's all spiritual and it's all prophecy coming to pass. So so America's being destroyed from within, so that the people so it's going to bring this chaos that's going to come. All right, this will bring chaos when there's a lack of food, lack of water, lack of clean air, lack of health care, and there will be a lack of law enforcement. And they're letting this chaos ensue. It's gonna be a free fall. Some post-apocalyptic movie stuff happening in real life. All right, and then they intend to come in with the control mechanism to put everything back in order, which would be the thing that goes, inside of you. And the only way to get that and to keep getting these government goodies, you're going to have to, take that insert under your skin. This is Isaiah 32, and I'm going to start at verse 11. And this counts for men too, all right? But this is, and it reads, tremble ye women that are at ease. Be troubled ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare. Gird up sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. So, you know, going to the grocery store, you know, 10, 15, 20 years ago was a fruitful vine. All right. All these subsidies, you know, especially the ones they give to women, especially women who have multiple children out of wedlock, because they jam the man up and they give, you know, these women get all kinds of things, man. They get child support, WIC, SNAP, you know, they get free babysitting, they get free college tuition, you know, they get what is it? The other thing they'll be living in a high rise downtown, and you know, and amongst all the people, all the upper class and wealthy people, because they got Section 8 on type of all these other things, man. So all that's going to be stripped away in a moment. All right. And they're already talking about the smart cities, you know, being within 15 minutes of everything. And you don't travel outside that 15-minute range. And something to the effect that you're only going to be allowed three pieces of new clothing yearly. You know, 2,500 calories, which is typically enough for anybody, to be honest with you, to survive. But, you know, some people, you know, well, that's going to be a problem for some people. And you shouldn't be restricted to 2,500 calories if you don't want to be. All right. Because you can still be eating healthy and eat over that. You know what I'm saying? So these are very oppressive things that they that they have coming. This is Isaiah 33:1. It says, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. And when thou shalt cease to spoil, you know, this was wasn't what I really wanted to read, but it's good anyway. It says, when thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. So they are going to deal treacherously with the people implementing this stuff. You know, I've been watching that Last of Us. If you aren't watching it, I'm telling you to tune in. You know, it makes me want to go, you know, get the game and check it out, because I'm enjoying the show so much. And you know, and it's and the things that are happening in that show, that's some real shit, man. You know, and it's rough. And it's showing you how rough it is, man. You know, like them first 4 or 5 seasons of The Walking Dead. You know, and because, you know, that Walking Dead, it was my son that turned me on to that show. You know, because I was hesitant to watch it, because I was like, oh, great, another zombie show. But then he was like, no, it's not about the zombies, it's about the people. You know, it's about the groups of people trying to survive the zombies, and even more so trying to survive other survivors. That's where it gets crazy. All right. And it's gonna and these shows are depicting you know, they're showing you, giving you an inkling of what it's gonna be like, but it's actually going to be worse. It actually is going to be worse. But the scripture I really want, I think it was Isaiah 10:1, not 33:1. Let's go to that. Isaiah 10:1, it says, right, woe unto thee that decree unrighteous decrees and write grievousness, which they have prescribed, because they're making it sound like it's a good deal, like this is good for the people, but this is all very, very oppressive. All right, this is oppression and slavery, because once you get that thing in you, you are really their slave. You know, we're their slaves now through their illegal, you know, unrighteous decrees through the birth certificate and the Social Security number being attached to their very illegal usury tax system, usury-based tax system. All right. But it's going to be, they'll really have you if they, you know, finish this plan, they implement this plan. But let's go.
Let me get this baby beaver on.
True Babylonian, hanging the penis from his neck. That's what a tie represents, is a phallic.
In honor of the baby beaver. Whoa.
You know, the those I mean, since he put it on, in honor of the baby beaver, huh? That's a phallic symbol. It represents a penis. Right? It's an obelisk. Right? That's what a necktie is. It's representative of Egypt. Those giant obelisks, just like they have the giant one in in Washington, D.C., which is really put up to defy the Most High power, the Most High God, who they ignorantly calls God, with a penis erected, pointing toward the heavens. Right? It's a phallic symbol. All right? These people are wicked. And that's basically what a tie represent. All right? So think about it. A bald face and then a penis. You know, you can come to your own conclusions. Right? What, you know, different things and body parts that they like to shave bald or like young. Think about it. But let's continue.
Beaver. Like the Bundys. So anyway.
Then he said it, Beaver.
Individual plans through employers via Humana will not be renewed. And again, this has the potential to affect up to 65,000 jobs. Now, realistically, if they implement something else, some kind of baseline national insurance or universal insurance or something, a lot of those jobs will be picked up. You know, I'm not sure what that application process will look like or anything. Cowgirl Prepper, thank you very much, and welcome. So this is a direct quote from the message that I received. This tells me that there's going to be universal health care and probably universal income along with that very soon. Another direct quote is, you can see an official press release on their website. So at first I was thinking, man, that's a lot of jobs. This is probably mostly smoke and no fire. But then when they said, go to Humana's actual website and check things out for yourself, I said, okay. So I went over to the Humana website, and I really couldn't find it. And I dug around last night before I jumped on there with Chewbacca. I dug around probably for an hour and a half. I couldn't find it, but what I did find was a news article from ABC, and again, that's linked right down below the video description. It'll say Intel, and there's a link that goes straight to it, from ABC News, where they are covering the press release. So Humana has indeed announced this. Now, there are a couple of things that I want to talk about, because there's a couple of theories. This could be, you know, universal health insurance for sure.
Not could be, is. And it will be universal income as well, the UBI.
I mean, that's probably the one suspect I'm looking at the hardest. But there's several different theories, I guess you could say. Lots of people no longer need coverage for whatever reason. Maybe they wake up, you know.
Well, you don't need coverage if you don't have a job, and they're eliminating the work. They're destroying the railroads, destroying the distribution of food, work, the box stores. If you can't see it, it's because you're just looking the other way. You don't want to see it. All right, because they're going for it. All right, because they know that they have but a short time. 2 more scriptures. We'll wrap it up since I mentioned that. Let me go find that. That's Revelation 12 and 12. I'm pretty sure. Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens. All right. And ye that dwell in them. All right. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, representing peoples, you know. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. All right. So these elites know that their time is short. The elites of Esau Edom know that they're Esau Edom. All right. And now because of us, many of the common Edomites know that they're Esau Edom as well. All right. But you still have a lot of people that are blind or willfully ignorant or just don't care. All right. But they're going to find out very, very soon that everything that the men of the Lord, the prophets, have been saying is true. Right. But in some of us will become martyrs during this time. But there's also a promise that the majority of us elect are going to be raised up and saved out of this. OK, but the faster that they do this, the faster we get to the good part. And the faster they implement this, and that shows you how close it is, the Lord's going to come back and stop them. Because he's only going to let them go so far. So their time is up, man, and they're going to go for it. You know, this is Job 20. I'm started verse 22 and 23. And it reads, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And the hand of the wicked means the other nations, the workers. All the nations, you can see the nations are turning on Esau Edom, the same way they're turning on America, turning on Joe Biden. How divided the Edomites are with each other. You know, you got the Republicans, you know, Christians versus the Democratic Satanists, because the majority of Democrats are pro-Satanists, man. They pro everything that's against the Bible and against, you know, what's right. Everything that's with them, everything that's wrong is right, and everything that's right is wrong. All right. And the same with the Republicans as well. But, you know, at least they fake the funk and try to hold on to the Bible, you know, but they're holding on to those very racist, white superiority, false narratives that were created in the form of Christianity and religion, you know, from the Renaissance up to now. All right. Verse 23, Job 20 and 23. When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and he shall rain it down on him while he is eating. So as soon as he gets this thing set up, right, when he starts, you know, when that C hip, you know, is the MOTB is forced upon people. All right, you know, World War III is gonna go full blown, because World War III has already started, man. It's going already. Okay, it just hasn't gone full blown. And that, you know, and when I mean full blown, I mean where the arrows are flying from one end of the earth to the other. The fighting will already be going. They're gonna start fighting any day now. I mean, not just in Ukraine and in Syria, but the fights are gonna break out everywhere. That's gonna happen. Okay, that's gonna help bring on the chaos. But it's not gonna go full blown, you know, to where them arrows are flying, to those ICBMs are flying, until the forced implementation of the C-HIP. And all that is on the table. Hey, so with that, I'm going to give all praises, all honor and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, Wa Abba Babal, Kwam Yasharala, Shalom.